no theory for me. I just slap paint on and hope for the best. You still have not answered what your plan is for the back of the model. I'm not painting the back. It's not mine. Like, when I finished it, I'm giving it away. I ain't got to look at the back. I've been seeing a lot of these clips where people are laying down white, then adding a wash of cut. Yeah, underpainting or glazing. Yeah, there's your terms. Either underpainting or glazing over another. I don't know if underpainting is the correct term. It's what I call it because I am painting underneath the colours that I'm putting over the top. A lot of this on the front is similar as well. Like, I will put down, so I actually started with a mid-tone grey and some white to get my depth, and then I would just glaze patches of colour over, which is why in some areas, like up here, you look close, you can see that there's a transition line running along there. It's because I've just literally swept over the whole area with a wash of colour and then painted in the yellow and the orange on top. Airbrush glazing is where I love using it. Yeah, I mean specifically to stimulate glowy bits. People call it OSL. I think it falls into the OSL category, which is object source lighting. A lot of people think OSL is just the way, so where you've got light hitting or projecting from here. Obviously I've tried to do the bottom of the mask so that it's got that pink hue to it as well, as if light is bouncing from the sources down there. But object source lighting, to me, you need a source as well, which would be what I've done with the white ink there. I've got some more I've got to do this evening. I could actually, before I feed the cat, lay in the white ink because that takes a moment to dry. Where did I put my new sets? So right there. Rat Pope Cash, welcome in. It is looking so good. Thank you. I love watching that process. It's magic. It's an interesting process, especially because quite often, give it a good shake. Quite often you'll put the white in, and then you'll put the colour over the top of the white. But then, like what I've done with the pink around the neck is I've actually gone in with a very pale, like baby pink, and just added a couple of highlights so that it looks even stronger in certain points. But for the most part, it's just magenta over white ink. This is different white ink to what I normally use, but I need to use it. See what it's like. A lot of people tell me this is a really good white ink, so I'll see if they're lying or not. Yeah, unlike like your glazing and whatnot, you want your brush quite loaded. And I'll just drop it in. I'm not stroking the brush like you normally would, I'm literally dabbing it. quite often do have to do multiple coats of the white. As you can see, it doesn't dry even. So you can see that the ink is trying to run to the bottom edge. So I'll let that dry and then I'll do another pass. Stroke it, my name is Red, welcome. Which one are you using? This is the AK white ink, what I've had. Normally I use the Liquitex, but I got a couple of AK sets of inks and I haven't really toyed with them much, so it's kind of nice to have an excuse just to see how they hold up. I hear good things, so. But then it's much like paints, is to each his own. See, what I want to do is make sure that I hold the model like this so that gravity doesn't grab my ink and drop it all to the bottom of those vents. Right, if I was doing a glaze right now, I'd be wicking my brush off. But with ink, you want the capillary action, so you don't wick your brush off. Just keep it nice and loaded and just poke, poke, poke. We'll let that dry, and then we'll hit that with some fluoro pink ink. The 2 AK sets I got for inks were this one. So you got fluorescent, magenta, green and blue. Again, haven't really used them. I dropped a little bit of the magenta into what I'd already done on the other pink energy areas. But I also got this one, which is a really strong radiant looking, and this has got the immaculate white, fire orange, primary yellow. We'll see how they perform. I quite like AK products anyway, so how are the fluoro inks? Excuse me. I've literally dabbed like a tiny bit of the magenta into the top. I can't really twist it to show you because I need that ink to settle where it's at. I'm just gonna mute quickly and go and feed my cat because it is quarter of an hour past his dinner time and he's gone quiet. I'm a little bit worried. Are you alright down there? Is it food time now? It is. Are you sure? Yeah. Yes, he's sure. Right, I won't be a minute. I'm going to make another drink as well. Unmute. There's a huge domestic going on outside. What do I miss? I'm suffering from 5,000 PTSD of Prime Sub Redeem. Set me up for a second. Emperor's Children is a good base for yellow, isn't it? Emperor's Children. I don't know it. I don't know the colour. What I do for yellow is a Vallejo express colour called Deep Purple, which is actually more of a pink. It's not a very deep purple at all. That white ink is still wet. The only downside to ink is it does take a little bit. That's fine because we can work on the vents while it's positioned like that. Yeah, there was someone gobbing off outside threatening to run someone over, and you'll get in this car right now or I'll run you the fuck over. Like, it's lovely, I tell you. They're all gobshites. Classy area around here, I tell you. Is that gonna sell? Kind of need to smooth it a little bit. Need a bit of water. That's better. One of the biggest tells that your paint is too thick is it doesn't leave your brush. If you got a good consistency, leaves the brush really nice. How does that look? I can't really see it at that angle. It needs the next stage up. But we might as well do the other side first. Sounds like a really basic thing to say about paint releasing from your brush. But the amount of times I go to paint something and I'm like, oh, hang on, I'm not thinning that quite enough. Pink or magenta, both work, Rat. You're not wrong. I don't know what. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Jet, welcome in. Good evening. Let's get some more white. That's better. That's kind of like that angle. Looks good to me. Yeah, I might just touch in the shadows right around the outer edge. But that works. need to do the vents at the top as well. I don't know if I've got him handy actually. I've got a model that I painted yellow over fairly deep pink. No, I've put him away. He's not out. That's strange because his cape's out because I never glued his cape on. That's a shame. I've got a model somewhere that I did like a purplish pink and then yellow on top, and in the shadows you get kind of quite a warm mango colour. I don't really know what else to call it. It's mango. That's going to be too thin. Son of a bitch. It'll work. Yeah, it just needs a touch of the lightest colour and that'll be done. Colour theory is like a really fantastic thing to just play around with. So one of my earliest experiences, and Smalls will remember this, I painted an entire dragon green just so I could paint it red. He constantly mocks me for it. Because when you underpaint green and then put a translucent red over the top, you get lots of browns in the shadows. And it does all that for you, so it's quite a quick way. It was literally just 2 coats, 1 colour, and you get all your shadows and highlights done for you. It's quite a quick way to get quite an effective looking piece. That was my Ionis Quickborn, which is on my Instagram. I've actually got a picture of the green before I painted it red and then the red afterwards, so you can see exactly what I've done. There we go. That's the vents. See me do that a lot as well. Move the model around, like, what's the best angle to paint this piece? Let's get some of the fluoro pink in the front vents. Use my slightly older, slightly more tired brush for this. It's not that set, it's this set. Complementary colour shadows, always a winner, amen. what I will say about these inks, you see how separated that is? All the pigment is under my finger in the bottom of the bottle. So they need a really good shake. Saying that, not unlike the fluoro paints, you tend to find a lot of the pigment settles at the bottom. Got a mixing ball in there? No, these do not come with a mixing ball in there. It might be a good shout. I might have to get some. Oh, that's mixed beautifully though. Look at the difference now. Like you saw before, it was all like milky, and now it's like boom, punchy. I've got a set of balls you can play around with. I bet you have. I'm not fighting Skunky for him though. I'm not that fucking mad. Again, as with the white, I'm just going to load my brush up. I might take a little bit of that off the brush actually. Let's go for the ones I did first. A little bit untidy there. Yeah, I'm still probably going to do a touch of lighter pink in the middle. That's such a gorgeous colour though. Now I need an excuse to try the blue and the green. Need to leave that like that again. It's a nice little break up of the design as well, and it kind of frames the centre because you've got the pink at the top going on and then the pink underneath. This is good. We like this. You coming to Cardiff on Saturday? Then there's literally no point in me. I would have to leave on Saturday morning. I would get there about 2:30, 3 in the afternoon, and then pretty much have to leave as soon as I get there to get home. If I could have got Friday off work, then I could have travelled down on the Friday, as I did for Chilcon. Like, that would have worked brilliant. I'm actually going to use a model paint rather than my Chimera. I mean, Chimera is a model paint, but